Hello, how are you, Amanda? Seint artist, and we're gonna do the basics. I'm not fully put together today, but I'm gonna put this together, which should bring all this together, right? Makeup is like the bow of a gift. I'm a gift, right? We're all a gift. Just walk around saying, you're welcome. All right, so this is the basics, and we are gonna be using the buff brush today. The basics are your main foundation highlight color, your brightening highlight like a concealer, contour, and then a blush, which is also a lipstick. And I'm using indigo. Let's see, we've got hazel, sunlit, indigo, and Madrid. I've been loving Madrid for August. I don't know why. And then, of course, the buff brush. This is a full coverage brush. The denser the brush, the fuller the coverage. We're gonna put it on. I've got my stuff. And so I want to cover my stuff, so I'm going to do a little fuller coverage. So I thought, let's show the basics. I'm going to be using my Urban Decay De-Slick, and I'm just going to prep my face with it. Your setting spray can be your primer. I usually use my Milk Hydro Grip, but it's Dunzo. So I need to order some things, and I will say this is a great primer for all skin types. It's really great. I absolutely love it. And it lasts so long. I've had this for well over a year. And when you see a bottle this size and it's clear, you know they're going to fill the whole darn thing up, which is nice. But setting spray is also a great primer as well. All right, let's get started. I am first going to go into my main highlight, and I'm going to cover my stuff. I'm going to cover my stuff, and using the large end of the buff brush, I'm going to tap in. And I am just going to go from jaw to under eye. Using hazel has been such, I love that I'm hazel because that means it's still summer and I still have my summer color. And I'm just gonna bring this down and I'm gonna tap it up. And this covers, look at how nicely this covers everything. And then I'm just gonna swirl this around. Typically I do color correcting. Hazel has really amazing coverage, and you don't always need color correcting. Today I feel like my discoloration is minimal. Some days it's louder than others. I have some redness. It looks like I got a little visitor popping in, but I don't really need my color correcting today. So I'm just tapping this down, bringing it up, and boom. Sorry, I have my computer up, and so it's gonna bing. But I'm also gonna use this as a bit of an under eye corrector, and then I'm gonna let my Sunlit do extra correcting and a little bit of brightening. But it's a pretty minimal day. This is gonna be a really simple, easy look, but look at how it takes and just balances and brings a little life to the skin. And then I'm going to pull it down my neck. My neck is always, I don't care, it's always lighter than my face, and so I just pull it down my neck. I also have some visitors here, so I'm going to tap in to Sunlit and a little bit into Hazel, and I'm going to cover these guys. Again, my neck is lighter than my face, so I tap into my brightening first. You can work these together. If you feel like you're getting into your fall color and your summer shade just isn't doing it, but you don't have your winter shade, just use your brightening highlight to lighten it up and balance it out. But I'm just tapping this first over everywhere I really want good coverage, and then I start moving it around. I'm going to use it over my discoloration here. Again, I usually use suede, and I wanted to show everybody the basics, and it can be done without needing all the extras, because when you send me a color match, so you want to try this because this looks great, right? All right. You send me a picture. I just need that awful. I know nobody likes sending it. I don't even like sharing this face with you guys, but I do it. Mine is not private. Yours is always private. I'm going to send you a really hefty list, and it's because the kind of artist I am is I hate saying artist. It's such a unearned title. The kind of person I am with Seint, I'm not going to come at you in every couple weeks being like, do you want more? I've got great ideas. I have great ideas. Message me, but I'm not going to harp on you. I wouldn't like it, so that's why I don't do it. And so my list is a reference list. Get the asterisks. The asterisks on my color match list are the basics, okay? It has brush suggestions. Pick whatever you want. Take what you want from the list and leave the rest. And when you're ready to add to it, I'm just still on my main highlight here, go back to that letter and add to your collection using that. It's already there for you. And that's why I don't like being bothered. I've had to tell other MLMers, like, please stop calling me every day. And please stop texting and messaging and stop. I'm never going to buy from you again now because of this. Like, if I do another sale, are you going to do this again? That's why I don't do that. Okay. We'll just stop talking about me trashing people. Okay, I'm going to go in on the small end. I'm going to go into Sunlit, and I'm going to use this as more of a pop color. I'm going to brighten right here. I'm going to brighten right here and here and here. And then I'm just going to blend it out. It has yellow undertones. I'm going to hit this zit, though, with my mane. It's bothering me. I do this very minimally. I tap it out. I'm going to tap this out and bring this out also. And it just creates this illusion of reflecting light, gives your face the dimension it wants very minimally. It's lighter than my skin tone. It's a couple shades lighter than my skin tone. And so it's going to give that illusion of reflecting light. And you just need so little because it's super pigmented. It's 80% pigmentation. And so with that, it means you don't need as much. Okay, I'm going to use this big end, and I'm going to go on the side here. I'm going to go into indigo, and I'm going to come over here on either side, and then I'm going to pull this down a bit and up. It's just really moving it, and then I'm bringing it over, blending it across the hairline like that. It's so good, okay? And then my forehead's done. I'm going to grab that brightening, and I'm going to pull it out towards the indigo, and it just creates a really beautiful balance. And that's a darn good looking forehead if I do say so myself. And I do. I'm going to hit that side again, and I'm going to go right here. I'm going above my natural shadow. I'm not on top of my cheekbone. I'm hugging that bottom, like they're loving each other right now. And then I'm just going to tap this out. I don't come in past that outer corner. I like indigo because I find I don't need as much bronzer. I'm actually going to kind of lighten it up and bring it up here as a bronzer because it does have some redness in it. So good. So good. Underblend. That's key. Underblending your contour is key. We're hitting that bottom right there and then blending it. And I'm going to come up that temple, hitting right here. And I really just hang back because my blush will do the rest. It's so good. Okay. Boom. I'm going to use my finger. I like using my finger with indigo because it is a darker color. I start right here on my nose and then I just blend up and down to really camouflage the bump on my nose. But I feel like I get a lot more control using my finger. I'm going to grab it again and I'm going to take care. When I added that brightening, it made my nose look a little more bulbous even. Like, hey, using tones can really distort your face if you really want it to. Okay. All right, we're going to tap that on. I'm going to use my pinky to grab some of this sunlit color. And I'm just going to go down the middle and then hit that tip again. I'm going to use this big end and we're just going to tap it out, pulling and pulling. We're tapping, tapping, tapping around. Don't forget the tip. I did that the other day and I took a picture with somebody and I was like, oh my gosh, I look like I fell in the dirt. It was awful. I felt... Anyway, it was not a good makeup day that day because I didn't pay attention. I'm going to go to the small end. I'm going to grab a little bit of indigo. I mean, there's not a lot on there. And I'm going to go right here and down. I'm just going to let this chisel my jaw. I go in front of that earlobe and down. I like this brush because it's it's a heavy application brush, but you still have a lot of control with this makeup and it's very forgiving. So if you end up getting this brush, don't worry, no matter what brush you get, the first time you get the makeup, you're gonna over apply. And because I said that, you might under apply. It's either or, but it's never perfect the first time. This is really pigmented makeup and your traditional makeup is 18% pigmentation and this is 80. So it's going to be different to work with. Give time, give yourself grace, but give it time. Give it more than a couple days and talk to me and let's troubleshoot together because if you're having trouble with longevity, if you're having trouble with evenness or cakiness or creasing, I'm here for you. As your artist, I'm not going to come harping on you what you need to buy more of, but I am here to help you troubleshoot and help you love this makeup because there is a learning curve like there is with anything that's new. All right, big end going into Madrid. And I am going to go right up here at the top of my cheek and build. Anytime you're getting to know a new blush, you should start light because not all are the same with this makeup. And sometimes you sweep into it and it's light. And then sometimes you sweep into it and you say, holy crap, what did I do? And then you got to blend it down. You don't need to wipe it off. You just keep blending it down. Now, because I have discoloration, I like Madrid because it doesn't pull my discoloration through as much as the other colors, like baby watermelon, saffron, sangria, sandstone. And so I will use either Madrid, Saint-Tropez, or Frenchie with those because I have all this discoloration. So just popping this in and popping it up. I'm going to go in on the small end, and I like to bring mine right here first. And so you see how there's some sheen right here? I'm going to take the small end, I'm going to go into Sunlit, and I'm going to hit right here with a little bit of Sunlit on either cheek. And I like this because it creates this, I just think it looks nice. I don't need to explain details. I don't know, I just like it. And I'm using the tip, and I'm going to go into this inner corner. I get really dark right over here. And then I'm going to bring this down to that point. And then I'm just going to focus it right here. And because I don't have my mascara on or my eyeshadow on, I'm just going to pull it over like that. It's okay. We're going to add eyeshadow later in a different tutorial because you know me. I'm going to bang out as many tutorials out of one face as I can because you guys like them. So again, I'm just going to pull this down towards that dot there, and then I'm pulling it in. I do recommend, though, if you use darker eyeshadows and browns and purples, I do recommend doing your eyeshadow first because if you get fallout, it is going to stick to this cream. But for the sake of tutorials, I do it in reverse because eyeshadow always looks better when you have a full face of makeup on. I'm also going to be doing an eyebrow tutorial. So this is where we are today. You get this version of my face. Oh, gosh. Okay, let's see. Boom. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to take a little bit more, and we're going to lift right here, okay? Lifting and then pulling down that orbital bone to that spot again, and then whatever's left we can put under our eye. Isn't that nice? Grabbing it. I mean, I'm not putting a lot on. This is nowhere near what you put on with Shape Tape. I have it because somebody wanted me to compare it. There is no comparing, honestly. I don't love doing comparisons as much as I used to because I don't like trashing a company. All makeup is good. I loved my makeup before. The only difference for me was I liked this makeup better. And that's why I share it. I was sharing it before I started doing the artist program. I hate saying artist program because I feel like a fraud because I didn't go to school for it. But I really do enjoy this makeup. And so it was just a bonus. I thought I would sell it to some friends. And then it got way bigger. And I had no idea. The way this takes you, where it takes you, where you think it's going to take you are usually in two different areas. I'm taking indigo, and I'm going to go right here. And I'm going to go right here. Like that. And we're just going to tap this on. And I love this color. Taking a little bit of Sunlit, and we're going to go right out here. This is the way I contour my lips. I think it's really different than the way everybody else does that I see that does Seint. They draw a whole circle around their lips. It's just not the way I like my lips to look. I watched, I think, just too many soap operas growing up. That's probably it. I'm not going to, I want to. Let's use indigo. I'm going to have to switch brushes for this, but indigo is a lip liner, and I'm going to do Madrid as my lip color. And I'm going to use the multitasker brush. This is such a good brush. I know it's a one brush thing, but we're doing lips here, guys. I can't. I am going to use the small end. This is a great eyeliner brush, and it's a great lip liner brush. And I'm going to grab some indigo, and I'm going to line with my indigo. But I like doing that shadow first. It's essentially outer lining and then fading it to look like a shadow. And it just gives your lips a little bit of a flip without, you know, the needles. And you could still use straws. Great, right? Okay. I'm going to do this and this. And I'm going to have a picture at the end of the full final look so you can really see. Because seriously, eyebrows matter. Eyebrows matter, and eyeshadow matters, and mascara, it matters. I'm going to use the big end, and I'm going to go into Madrid, and I'm going to fill in. with Madrid. It's such a pretty, it's like Frenchie, which is very peachy, but it has more pink. And so it's just a little bit more, if you feel like Frenchie falls flat, Madrid is a great option. I don't love Frenchie on its own. I like Frenchie as a tool. We know that. I've got a whole video on why I love Frenchie, and I'm just going to shut up about it because I think I'm probably the only Seint artist that has such a love for Frenchie. I would love to know other artists who just love Frenchie the way I do. I think I'm the only one. I feel like I'm alone. I feel like an island of Frenchie loving. That sounded wrong, didn't it? Because, you know, Frenchie. Okay. Isn't that a pretty lip color? And that's with indigo, which is such a, like, and I used it, I mean, it's so pretty. So pretty. You put chapstick over it. It's good. I like putting Nova Illuminator on it. I'm not going to do it because this is a basics and I'm just using my basics, but you better believe when this is over, I'm putting Nova on. It's so good. I'll put a picture without Nova and then a picture with Nova. There's going to be pictures after this. I'm going to have to lay music on it. All right. Setting spray. I use De-Slick because I'm oily. I like using setting powder, but this is the basics. And so, I'm just saying. But I have oily skin. Every skin type has a prep work that you have to do. There are things. It's makeup, not magic. And when you're using a cream, it's super hydrating. So if you have dry skin, prep with a great moisturizer. Let it soak in for a good 20 minutes. Otherwise, it's mixing with your makeup and it's not hydrating the way you want it to. But if you have dry skin, get yourself, or an oily skin, get yourself a good setting spray. If you have dry skin, Seints is amazing. It's super hydrating. It's so good. But if you have oily skin, I have a truck here. If you have oily skin, get a good setting spray and grab the vanilla dust. It's good. Prep work is key. I have to go now because there's somebody here and I'm sure my dog's going to bark. So that's it. That's the basics with the buff brush. It's a great, I mean, my makeup, I know how to work with it. And so I know how to make it look the way I want it to look. But this is a full coverage brush. Have a great day.